you gonna be on my f***ing time?
Welcome back to the Whiplash Effect, you guys. My name is Casey.
I'm Will.
And since this is our Friday video, we're going to get to talk about something other than movies, but still media-based. So today, because we're kind of doing the theme of our top stuff of the year, we're going to do our top 3 TV shows of 2015. That means they have to have come out in 2015, so basically only have one season.
Okay, number 3 for me was a Netflix original. It was Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I was a big fan of 30 Rock, and this kind of hits some of the same notes, but somehow this I liked more. I'm blanking on her name, but Erin from The Office does a great job as Kimmy Schmidt. Jane, something last name from 30 Rock, also does a great job. The guy who plays Titus Andromedon, I don't know any of their actors. I feel really bad.
His is actually Titus. Titus.
Is it really? That's not Andromedon.
No.
But Titus, Titus beat something, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it starts with B.
Titus does a phenomenal job. It's really funny. There's some great surprise cameos in the show. Very bingeable. I really liked it. It's a great watch. 12 episodes, easy. Finish it in a day.
Yeah, did the same thing. It'd probably be in my top 5. It's not quite
Don't
top
do it
3.
in a day. That's not healthy.
Maybe
a week.
So my number 3, definitely don't binge this one in a day. It's called Mr. Robot. It was on USA. It's gotten a lot of buzz. Everything I've seen Rami Malek in, he's been phenomenal. I really like him. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite actors. Christian Slater nails it. This one it's very much a drama, which for me is hard to get into because there's not a lot of action and there's not a lot of laughs. So you really have to have a compelling story. And Mr. Robot,
it has like dark humor, which
it has some dark humor, and it does have a lot of intense points. They're just not quite up to scale with like tons of action stuff. So Mr. Robot is a great drama, really cool character study. Every character is really interesting. There's really no weak point in the show, and each episode fleshes out its story really, really well. So definitely go check out Mr. Robot if you haven't.
Yeah, I only saw the pilot last night, and I fell in love with it. Definitely not a binge watch, but one a day,
Yeah.
one a week even, I think, would be great.
So my number 2 show, it came out earlier in the year. It's Agent Carter, came out in January, and I've yet to see Jessica Jones. I've only seen a couple episodes of Daredevil, so this is the one that I can really judge. And I think Agent Carter, for me, I really enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the characters. That's what they do best, but a lot of the show kind of has an identity crisis of where it's going. Agent Carter is very strict. It does what it wants to do in its 10-episode span. One storyline. All the characters are really good. And then on the other hand of a female-led superhero-type show, it definitely delivers more than Supergirl does. I think Supergirl kind of shoves it in your face that she's a woman unnecessarily. Agent Carter has a purpose. It takes place in the 40s. These are the struggles she's going through. In 2016, it's not quite necessary, but in the 40s, it's really interesting to see her character evolve. And she's a badass. She's really cool in this show. And one of the better parts of Captain America, so that's why it's number 2 on the list.
I saw some. I actually only watched the pilot to see the Ant-Man teaser trailer, but it was good enough. I should probably keep watching. I would get more invested, but it was solid. Number 2 for me is Man Seeking Woman. This came out, I guess, in almost a year ago. They just started their 2nd season, and I came in midway into it, and man, it's just it's probably one of the most creative shows I've ever seen. Jay Baruchel, he plays this 20-year-old guy, and he puts himself in all these situations that are very relatable. Regardless of dating or not dating, you could put yourself in that situation, and the way that they present them are so creative, and they put it into like an action movie or some kind of specific genre. It's hard to say it without explaining a scene, but it's just worth a watch. Okay, the number 1 show of 2015 for me is Last Man on Earth, from the same people who did 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie, starring Will Forte. How could you already not like this show? Will Forte plays the last man on Earth, technically. Spoilers, real quick, but other people show up because that would be
like the first episode.
That would be really hard to do if it was just one person. So now I cheat, because why I like this, they're already in their 2nd season, and every episode is fairly funny, but the best part is the drama. The drama in this show is so good. The score is beautiful. Some of the cinematography is even really good. You really feel like they are the last people on Earth. I haven't seen one mess up. They've been really good at doing that. regardless if they're on a TV studio lot or not. And the best part is almost every single episode ends with a cliffhanger, and I just want to see more. They just had their season 2 mid-season finale, and I can't wait for it to come back, and they will have a return date. So
Yeah,
I'm sitting in the dark.
And so we started this list off with a Netflix original. We're going to end it with a Netflix original, and so my top show of the year is Master of None.
That's a good show.
I'm a huge fan of Aziz Ansari. I loved him in Parks and Rec. His stand-up is really funny, and this one, the first 2 episodes, I would have to say wavered. They were a little slow, so it took me a bit to get into it. But once you really get into the characters, and the first 2 episodes really don't do a lot with the characters, they kind of just establish them rather than create a storyline. So once the storyline gets going, it's really, really heartfelt, and Aziz Ansari is great. None of the people that really played his friends are that well known, and they're great. The chemistry between them is awesome to watch. Noelle Wells, who was on SNL for a season, kind of plays his love interest. She's phenomenal. I love her. If you've seen Aziz Ansari's stand-up, a lot of that plays into the show in a very different way that's not quite as in your face, and it's much more subtle, and I really liked that about the show. Each episode does different creative things, kind of like Last Man on... Man-Seeking Woman.
They're
sorry.
very similar.
Kind of like Man-Seeking Woman, except much more of a realistic tone than Man-Seeking Woman.
Mhm.
But either way, the characters are great. The production value is really awesome.
Cinematography is...
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Looks like a movie. It really does.
And if you're a fan of Aziz Ansari, or just a fan of comedy, or just a good show, definitely see it. It's really, really, really awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it. Leave a comment with your top 3, with your top 3, or if you agreed, disagree with this list. So thank you for watching. That's a wrap.
Cut to black.